Hi there, my name is Christopher Brinkley, and I'm here to talk about Studio 668's uh, audit on Schell games and their marketing and immersive media. Here we have, we're going to be comparing it to Alchemy Labs and Vertigo Games. Now, all three companies actually participate in developing VR video games. However, they also have experiences with working in mixed reality, educational games, and some of them are even working in MMO varieties. For example, in Schell games, their most famous titles are the Among Us VR, I Expect You to Die trilogy, and Until You Fall. With Alchemy Labs, it's both Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator, and Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. For Vertigo games, it's their Arizona Sunshine, After the Fall, and Metro Awakening VR. Now, with Schell games, they're mostly have a wide range. However, they pretty much focus on a more like a younger audience, and a large percentage of their games are more of a educational focused. Have a mixed catalogs of original games with client projects, and they produce a mix of entertainment focused media and more along the lines of trying to create entertainment their for the younger entertainment, for the younger educational audiences. For Alchemy Labs, this is going to be more of a young adult and teenager focus, with a focus on VR enthusiasts. Their common theme in their art style suggests that they are trying to keep to a more family-friendly atmosphere. And for Vertigo games, because their games are much more of a mature content, they are focusing more on the mature audiences, so late teens, young adults, and the older generation crowd, because of their games have a high degree of violence and they focus on mature themes. Now, with their following, the Schell Games has quite a number of social media presences. They have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, their Twitter, and their Facebook. They also have their largest following is in YouTube with over 30,000 followers. Second with their Instagram with 16,000 followers, and Twitter with 17. However, Alchemy Labs, they have a TikTok, a Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. However, their TikTok is the largest one yet, with over 64 followers, and it's going to be the largest of the group here. With Vertigo Games, though, their following is a lot less, with YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook only, and their Twitter followers are only at 14.5, which is the lowest of the bunch in the same category. So what exactly do they post? Well, that's where Schell Games on their YouTube, which is their most following here. They are going to be doing their library on YouTube mostly consists of game developer interviews, game trailers, editorials on game design, music tracks in their games, and cinematics from their games. And that their cinematics in their games actually contain the largest amount of views, with millions and millions of views, with the I Expect You to Die opening cinematics actually having over 2 million views at this point. And their YouTube shorts actually have less views, but they focus more on the like a meme-centric type of video with the Gen Z humor type vibe. For Alchemy Labs, we actually have their TikTok has the most followers out of any of those comparisons, and most of the content for the past year has been a mix of using their products for like meme formats or using dubs over their own gameplay footage. They also have done like small video updates, introduced new materials to the games, as well as doing music tracks. And what's actually kind of interesting is they produce the same material to their YouTube shorts, and their YouTube shorts actually have more average viewers than their TikTok page, despite having more followers on their TikTok. For example, you will usually see an average about 1,000 or so on their TikTok pages and their on their posting content there. However, with YouTube, they are mostly in around the 2,000, 3,000 range, so they do have twice as many. So it's just a little bit of an interesting comparison there. And for Vertigo Games, as I said, their biggest media presence is on Twitter. However, it is less than both of the other companies. Their engagement hovers around about 2 to 3,000, with their largest being 8.7 thousand, which is the release trailer of their Thief VR game. And their timeline consists mainly of just reminders to, hey, you know what, this is kind of what's available right now. Purchase this game. Focusing more on gameplay trailers and showing off gameplay footage, as opposed to trying to create a humor or like a meme format of their content. However, they also retweet their individual games, which seem to actually be doing a lot better as far as engagement of trying to create more humor and engaging material in their videos, in their social media presences. And they tend to just have more of their social media focus more on trying to get the individual games sold, as opposed to Schell or Alchemy, which they do a more meme format. They try to make it a little more humorous, and unfortunately it suffers with Schell Games and Alchemy Labs both having a much larger following and a lot more engagement in their content. So that is the audit for the Schell Games, Alchemy Lab, and Virgo Games for Studio 668. Christopher Brinkley signing off.